Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning and welcome. Welcome to Traffic Report. My name is Joe. I guess I'm the traffic cop here. I guess you can refer to me as the traffic cop directing traffic here this morning, as I do every single morning. I do want to welcome those of you who are brand spanking new, joining us today for the very first time. Had another enormous weekend. So many people getting started. We're about to go through the 20,000 member barrier on the VIP, the Mastermind group on Facebook. We're right there within the next couple of days. Based on what I'm seeing, we should get through the 20,000 mark. That's really, really cool. So I want to welcome those of you who are joining us for the very first time this morning. Again, as I said, my name is Joe, the traffic cop. We come here every day. Make a note to get here every single day, Monday through Friday, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the goal here is to inspire, educate, and celebrate. Okay, I'm going to share a couple things with you this morning that I learned, some things that showed up for me over the last couple of days. I'm going to share with you. Hopefully you'll draw some inspiration and some motivation there. And then we're going to open it up pretty quickly here. Within the next 15 or 20 minutes, we're going to open up the lines. And the goal then is just to hear from people who are having results, right? What's going on in your world? Maybe you have a question. The goal is to support and support each other and really, get into some cool stuff. As I said, inspire, educate, and celebrate. Now, Saturday's call was very, very cool. We've had a ton of people comment on the Saturday Visionary Founders Hour. We had a lot of people listen to the replay as well. I mean, like a really big number, which is a cool thing. I love that. That means people are paying attention, or maybe you're going back for a second bite at the apple. But the Saturday call was really, really cool because we had an opportunity to hear from the co-founders. And if you haven't heard the call yet, it's available on replay at Radio Leverage. Matter of fact, I think we should pin that to the top. But they're in chronological order, so you'll see this one will be first, and then the next one down the list will be the one from Saturday, the Visionary Founders Hour. It was really, really cool, though, because we had a chance to hear from Greg Chambers, one of the co-founders, along with Doug Wellens. And we talked a lot about traffic, about the amount of traffic that's being delivered, which means a lot of people are making a lot of money. We also heard from Doug talking about the support desk. I want to say thank you very much to the people who work in the support area and those of you who are being a little bit, patient. Is that the word? Yes. Thank you very much for that. Support desk is pretty much caught up. We're seeing turnaround times of 24 hours to 48 hours. If you have a question, if you have something going on with your system, maybe a link, whatever the case may be, send it in to support. It's very, very simple to do, support@trafficauthority.net. They'll get back to you within 24, 48 hours. And you know what? You can always put something in the subject line, right? Like you can put uppercase, you can put some stars, some dots, some exclamation points, something that will grab the attention. Maybe I need a call, somebody to call me. Just, use the tool. Use the support desk. And we also find that if you go through the frequently asked questions and watch all the videos, especially if you're brand new, any question that you might have is going to be answered. That's why we've done all that video content there. So anybody anywhere can get up and running in the business without the benefit of somebody literally holding their hand. Everything is there for you, all the tutorials. So and we also talked about the comp plan. We went into some detail on the comp plan on Saturday. So people really can understand how you get paid. How do you make this money? There are three things that we do. There are three T's, right? The Traffic Optimizer, the Traffic Academy, and then Traffic. And you become qualified when you just get busy. And I would ask that you go and listen to that call. So we're not going to go into it again this morning on how the qualifications work. We also talked about the CAR program, though, which was very, very cool. Talked about, the rankings and all the things that you get just because you're doing the thing. So if you haven't yet, go back and listen to that Saturday Visionary Founders Hour. We'll be back with the boys again this coming Saturday. Also, tomorrow night, we've got Tuesday night. Watch for the registration page to go live. Tuesday night, we are going to be doing as we do every single Tuesday, it's a webinar. It's a Google Hangout. And it is a reseller training. And tomorrow, we're going to be introducing a new Traffic Academy person, another level of education, some other tools that you can use. The subject will be Instagram. That's going to be coming up tomorrow night. So that's pretty exciting. Make sure that you're paying attention. Watch the Facebook page. So, so yesterday morning, one of the things we talk about here, and it's one of my favorite discussions, is what's going on in the background of your life. Okay, what's going on? Literally, what are you listening to this morning? As you were going about your day, making coffee, whatever it is, getting the kids off to school, whatever you're doing on your way to work, what are you listening to? What's playing in the background? Because it really does leave a very, very strong impression. It will set the tone for your whole day. If you're listening to the news, if you're listening to stuff that really isn't inspiring or uplifting or giving you some motivation, it really is giving you something else, right? It's giving you the opposite of that, isn't it? So let me share with you. So yesterday morning I was up, and yesterday's the only day. Sunday is the only day that we don't broadcast live on the radio or on a webinar. So Sunday I kind of get up and I keep it kind of quiet, and I do my thing. I get ready for some football games. I enjoy watching some of that on Sundays, and so. But I had some work to do. We're working on this project, this thing to bring this woman out tomorrow night on Instagram. So there was some work to do on that, and I was checking up on the Facebook page and doing some stuff. But so I had the TV on. Like right now, I don't have it on. I never have it on when I'm working. Very, very rarely. Very, 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 very rarely, if ever. But on Sunday morning, I was watching some stuff, and I was catching up on some of the things I like to watch, like Oprah. Have you ever seen Oprah's Super Soul Sunday and stuff? For real, that's what I like to watch. So yesterday morning, I'm sitting on my computer, and in the background was Joel Osteen. You know who that dude is? The guy's got the best head of hair that I've ever seen. Joel Osteen. He's a guy from Texas, I think, or somewhere down south, and he preaches the word, and he's got a big stage, and he travels the world, and the guy's really cool. He's not secular for real, man. He's just talking about things that you should be doing and ways that you should be behaving. And yesterday I overheard it, right? I wasn't listening. I overheard it. I wasn't sitting here listening, fixating on the TV. As a matter of fact, I was doing something else. I was working on Facebook and working on this project. But all of a sudden it's seeping in. And the things that he was talking about was very, very interesting. He was talking about who's influencing you in your life. Who are you personally hanging around with? And, who you're hanging around with really ultimately will become a reflection of who you are. And he started talking about, sometimes we're in relationships that aren't necessarily working. They're broken. They're toxic, whatever the case may be. And he was saying this with elegance and with grace. He was talking about that sometimes we have to make changes with the people that we're hanging around with. And then when you do so, you'll have a little bit of a different exercise in your life. Things will happen differently in your life. And interestingly enough, I wasn't really paying attention to what Joel Osteen. I was like, oh, that's interesting. We kind of talk about that stuff sometimes. And I was thinking about this group, right, coming up here every single morning, Monday through Friday, and hearing from all of the people around the world. It was really, really kind of got into my brain, right? That idea of who you hang around with really has an influence on how you're behaving and how you're performing. And I didn't really pay attention, as I said. Give me 1 second. Got a frog in my throat there. Might have to grab some water here in a moment. But so here's what happened. I wasn't really paying attention. Just coming in, just every once in a while, like, oh, what did he say? What did he say there? But then I woke up in the middle of the night. I had some things happen yesterday, some things in my personal life, and, some things weren't really going the way that I had anticipated or hoped they were going. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I started hearing Joel Osteen's lecture. I mean, it was coming through now. All of a sudden, it was getting very, very specific, the things that he was saying. And I was recalling, remember, when he was there, I wasn't really listening, but it was playing in the background. So I began recalling some of the things that he was saying. And I was thinking about some of the things that were happening in my personal life. And I realized that, you know what, I'm the one who has total control over how I feel, what I do, and who I'm going to hang around with, and the impact that's going to have on me. But the point that I want to make here this morning is not what Joel Osteen was saying to me, The point I want to make to you, and the question I'm going to ask you, is what are you listening to? What's going on in the background? What is the soundtrack of your life? Because it has so much power over you. I'm going to do something here. It's only going to take me a minute. This is something that I learned a long time ago. I have to give credit to a guy by the name of Andy Andrews for this little exercise I'm going to share with you guys right now. Andy Andrews is the author of The Traveler's Gift. I've met the guy. I've worked with him. So has Doug Wellens. The guy is remarkable. Look him up on Google, Andy Andrews. His book is The Traveler's Gift, The Noticer. I mean, this guy's written some unbelievably good material. He's all about, living the best possible life. He sees only that the glass is half full. The guy's amazing, right? And he's the guy that really, quote unquote, hipped me to the fact, right? He was the guy that really brought to the attention, my attention, that what I'm listening to in the background, even if I'm not really dialing in and paying attention, will impress upon me many, many things. And I saw this guy one time in a seminar, Andy Andrews, and he did this exercise. He was talking about this very thing. What is it that you're listening to? More importantly, what is it that your children are listening to? You have a responsibility to your kids, right? What are they listening to? Are your kids sitting there eating their Cheerios, hearing about mayhem? Are they hearing about all the things that are happening around the world? And you know what happens on the news, right? If it bleeds, it leads. It's only bad news pretty much, right? Even in the local channel. When your baby is sitting at the table in the morning eating their Cheerios, getting ready to go to school, what do you got playing on in the kitchen? What are they listening to? Because it's getting in, and it's leaving an impression. And it will impact the way we behave, the way your children behave throughout the course of the day. And this is what Andy Andrews, here was his point. And I'm going to share this with you. I love this, right? Because it works. Has anyone ever sat down at the kitchen table when you were growing up with the lyrics to this song? Because I know that you guys can, I know that you'll be able to sing along with this. I know that you'll be able to sing, and you'll get my point in 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Island.
Now, when I saw Andy Andrews do that live on stage in a gigantic room with hundreds of people, it was interesting because every single person in the room pretty much began singing along and knew the lyrics. And then what Andy Andrews did, he went right into the theme song from another TV show. I think it was the Beverly Hillbillies, and everyone knew those lyrics as well. It was really, really remarkable. Now, if you're a baby boomer, you knew the lyrics. I know that many of you were singing along and tapping your pen and just paying attention, right? Some of you guys maybe didn't know it, but that's the Gilligan's Island theme. But the point that Andy Andrews was making, and the point I want to share with you now, if some of you knew that song and knew those lyrics, ask yourself, did you ever sit down and memorize the lyrics? Did you get out a sheet of paper and say, okay, what is he, and sing along like karaoke? No, I don't think so. I know the lyrics to that song, and I know the lyrics to the Beverly Hillbillies song as well. And the reason I know them is because when I was a little kid, it was playing in the background. It was impressed in my mind without me actually paying attention. It got in. Dig it. And so what I'm thinking about this morning, again, yesterday, here's this guy on TV, Joel Osteen, talking. I'm not really paying attention. I'm not sitting there hanging on his every word. But later in the day when something came up and I was impacted by something that happened in my real world, and it left me feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and I went to bed with that discomfort, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and the stuff I had heard from Joel Osteen was playing loud in my mind. Pretty cool, huh? So when you think about what you're doing here, what are you doing here with us in the Traffic Authority? We've got all that training material. You know, you've heard guys say, top income earners here have said, I go tell my people to watch those videos 7 times. Go watch them over and over and over and over again. You know, some of the material that I listen to in my headphones, I tell you guys I'm a Marianne Williamson freak, and I play her audios over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's good news material. It's uplifting material. It's helping me become a better person. And if you want to really, really score in life, okay, you really want to excel, this is the kind of stuff that you should be putting into your noodle. And when it comes to our experience here in the Traffic Authority, you know, I'm all about getting as much education as you can. You know, immerse yourself in those videos because the questions will come up as you're moving forward, building your business, as you're moving forward. You know, we talk about writing up your emails, right? Go again and visit the Darren training once again. You know, that Darren training is hanging out there right now. It's at trafficwebnow.com. The webinar we did with Darren about a month ago, it's there. Go watch it again. Watch it again and again and again. I love when he talks about opening up your eyes and being aware of what's going around in the world, you know, around you, and then you take your stories and you imprint those into the emails that you're sending to connect with and establish relationships with your people. Watch it again. Show up to the radio show. Isn't it invigorating to come here every single morning and hear from people all over, literally all over planet Earth, sharing in this Traffic Authority experience and sharing their results? You know, when you listen to this group of individuals who show up here every single day, it will toughen you up. Because there are dream stealers out there. There are going to be people out there who attempt to sway you and attempt to put something else in there or challenge you and challenge your commitment. You know, showing up and putting this stuff into your noodle will make all the difference in the world, even if you're not paying attention. Like one of the things I've been saying lately is while you're listening to the radio show, while you're listening to what's going on around the world and you're hearing from people, why don't you have something going on? So you could do something else like sending your emails, like posting on Facebook, like doing your invites. Tomorrow we'll be showing you some other tools and some other techniques, some things that you can use to build your business. While you're doing those things, you'll be hearing in the background the voices of these dozens of people who come out every single week and share their enthusiasm and share their success and talk about what's working for them. Maybe you're not hanging on their every word, but it is sinking in. I love this concept of the soundtrack of your life, and I think that we have to be more aware of the stuff that we're listening to, and the stuff that's playing, especially if we have young kids, young people in the room with us. It's kind of scary when you think about the world and what it's looking like in the next 10 or 20 years. All right, let's get it rolling here, okay? I'm going to get to it here. I got a bunch of you guys in the queue right now, so here's the drill. If you would like to come out and make a comment this morning or ask a question, feel free. I'm going to call out the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and when I say the last 4 digits of your phone number, you'll know who you are. So pay attention, sort of. And what I want you to do is just come out, say your first name, the city, state, or the country you're calling in from, and then just let her rip. Okay, just whatever is on your mind is perfectly cool. Now, as I said before, technology stuff, you know, if you have something specifically with a video or a tracking or some, you know, my traffic isn't running, I just ask that you send in a support ticket to the support desk because they're so on top of it right now. And then we'll keep the conversation here pretty much like what's going on, how's it going, you're making money, you got some really cool things you want to share with us. Now, if you're listening to one of our live streams, we stream live on the internets. Right now, we're at radioleverage.com. Radioleverage.com is the live stream. And if you're listening live, I invite you to pick up the telephone, and it's only 20 after 9 here in the Mountain Time Zone. It's 11:20 on the East Coast. It is the 9th. It is Monday morning. If you're listening live right now, all you got to do is pick up the telephone and dial 914-338-0631 if you'd like to jump in to the fray. Now, if you're listening to a recording, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to the recording. Listen to it again and again and again, as I just said. And if you'd like to jump into the conversation and you want your voice to be heard, just come any day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're here for usually, who knows, sometimes we're here for an hour, hour and a half. We've been here for 3 hours, man, when people are really, really wound up and stuff is happening. So that's it. Now you guys know what you got to do. We will start with Holly. Holly's been here already for 34 minutes. Holly, good morning.
Good morning, Joe, and to everyone on call. This is Holly calling from Los Angeles. How are you?
Well, I'm good, Holly. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I just wanted to say how excited I was. I sent out an email to my list, and I set the time for it to go out at 6 a.m. in everyone's respective time zones.
Right.
So I'm anxiously awaiting positive responses. So I'm just really excited about that because I actually sent it to myself. I included myself in the list so I could make sure that that I got it as well. And it looks great, and I'm just, like, really excited. I can't wait for people to respond. And then I actually sent one out, according to the calendar, for the webinar on Thursday. So hopefully I'll get several responses there, and so they will actually be present in the webinar as well. So that was really exciting.
Well, Holly, that's awesome. That's awesome. And listen, I'm really, really excited for you because it seems to me as though you're picking up the ball and running with it and seeing some things that really, really will. Well, you know, it's automated marketing, right? That's what Holly's talking about. Every single one of us here has an opportunity to schedule an email into the future. And so, like, one of the things that you could do is sit down. You can sit down on a Sunday evening, for example, and schedule your whole week. Did you ever consider sending your list an email letting them know that we have this radio show every single day, or that we do something even on Tuesday nights? You know, when you come on Tuesday nights, I know that that's a reseller training, but you know, if there's somebody who's sitting on the fence and you know still uncertain as to whether or not this is for them, I tell you, man, put them on one of those training webinars. They're going to go, whoa! I haven't seen this level of commitment and training in a long time. Good morning.
Well, yeah, because it's
9226. Hey, is that you? Hey, Southside.
Hey, no, Junior.
Oh, Junior, how are you, man? How are you there? Freddie Junior, what's happening?
Yeah, good. No, nothing. Just doing things as usual, and I actually recently found some more traffic last week. So I got a couple more sales already. So I'm doing pretty good, pretty exciting here.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Freddie Jr. Thanks for checking in. A couple more sales. Did the sales come in? Did they come in like when you were sleeping? Like last week, I remember your sales were coming in while you were sleeping.
Yeah, one of them came in when I was sleeping. So I got up with a text message. I was like, okay, cool, that's good. And then one of them was during, I was actually doing some other stuff, doing some errands, and I thought I get a text message. And, you know, it says, oh, yeah, commissions. Oh, okay, cool. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining about that. I'm fine. Either way, I'm getting it, so.
Well, congratulations,
I also wanted thanks. I also wanted to say, a gentleman, Kenneth Dwinkins, I think his name is, he contacted me via Facebook, I think on Saturday. He's just, he's with Travis already as well. He's just asking me, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? So, okay, good. I thought maybe I do a lot of posts on Facebook, and I thought he was like someone who wants information. Like, oh, I'm already in Service Authority. I see that you're in Service Authority as well. So, oh, yes. Hi, how are you? So, I'm having some trouble here. So, well, what's wrong? And he's like, I don't have any sales yet. So, how have you been doing it for? I think he said about a month or so. I forgot exactly how long he's been doing it. He hasn't been doing it for that long. But he was like, well, do you have any tips? So I said, well, what have you been doing? Can I ask you this? What have you been doing? So I've been posting some stuff and doing some traffic. So we just keep doing that.
That's it.
And he's like, just go to the webinars, listen to the radio show. So I'm doing that. So then you're doing the thing, and then you keep on pushing, keep on doing that. Because I mean, you will get a sale.
Yes.
You will land a sale sooner or later. I mean, you will.
You will.
Keep on doing it.
Yes, Fred. Thank you very much, Freddie Jr., for checking in. That's what you got to do is just do the thing, as we say every single day, right? You just have to do it. You have to do it every single day, and it's a simple thing, and you'll build your list, and you'll get better at writing emails, and you just do it. And, Freddie, you're seeing sales. You're seeing 2, 3 sales, 3 last week, 2 this week. Just keep doing it because those individuals, remember the way our comp plan works, those individuals you're making money, you're making sales. Now, those people will also begin making sales. And before you know it, they'll be splitting their commissions with you. It's amazing the way the program works. You just do the thing, and you'll have the result eventually. Some people have microwave results, and some people already came here with some experience, and they had a list. But this is about education. This is about empowerment. And this is about just doing simple things over and over and over. 9190, you're next up in the queue. Good morning.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is just awesome to be part of Traffic Authority, to see a done-for-you system that works. But we need to look at some important details. Traffic Authority is not a magic wand that makes you $1 million. It's a skill set. And I know an old saying I heard years ago, my first adventure in business was, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? You get there by practice and practice and practice and practice. You look at some of the greats in the NFL. I guess most of them are close to being in walkers nowadays. In fact, my favorite one died, Walter Payton. But you take a look at these athletes that you watch today. They don't wake up in the morning, get out of bed, and join the pros. It's a process. They have to develop the skill sets to play the game. They have to practice those skill sets each and every day. And the beauty about Traffic Authority is you don't just have the best earning opportunity in the world. I mean, according to MLM rankings, we're the most sought after right now. But you actually have the fundamentals, like Vince Lombardi. Coach Vince used to say, hey, at the beginning of every football season, he held up a football, no matter how old the guys were on the team, whether they were rookies or been there 10 years. He held up a football. Gentlemen, this is a football. And when you look at the basics of what we have here at Traffic Authority, and you practice those basics, you might be like me. You might step up to the internet world and go to swing that bat. Not quite sure what you're doing, but you're going to swing that bat like crazy no matter what. And you know what? I missed. I didn't hit a ball. I didn't make a sale. I fell flat on my face. Probably the first few hundred times I tried to make a sale online. But the more I practiced and developed that skill set, it becomes a process, not a practice, and the money follows actions every time. Money never follows thoughts. It always follows actions. And it's a blessing to have the right tools, the right opportunity, the right coaching, and the mastermind group that we have here on this Radio Leverage show Monday through Friday. Thanks for allowing me to be here, Joe, and I'm excited about what we have.
Thank you very much. That was Earl, the mountain man, checking in from Montana. Thank you very much, Earl. I love that. I love that conversation you had about Coach Vince Lombardi, going back to the basics, even with the seasoned veterans. Gentlemen, this is a football. And I love your language. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Through practice. And you have to practice, and you just continue doing the thing, and you continue doing the thing, and you will have the results. You will. It's a law. It's a law, and it will happen. It may take some time. And how you handle what happens when you're in flow, right? Maybe you're not getting the result you expect on this day, but you get up tomorrow and you do the thing again, and before you know it, boom, shakalaka, the results are there. And, the Traffic Authority is more than just money. That's what I really love about this radio show, and hearing from guys like you, Earl, and hearing from, we heard from Freddie Jr. today, and we heard from Holly. I love, the camaraderie. And, sharing all of this stuff together. It's more than just money. It's community. It's education. It's discipline. It's fun. It's actually fun. For real. Thank you very much. Mountain Man, checking in. Love that, dude. We'll keep it moving, okay? 8171, you're next up in the queue. Good morning, 8171.
Good morning,
Hey, good morning. Is that Beverly?
Yes, I've been under the weather for a few days, but I'm on the mend, so maybe I'll be able to get with it. When you're really feeling bad, it's very difficult to get anything done. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get sick very often, so when I do, it's just like, oh my word. And most of the time, I'm pretty healthy. So thank you.
Well, you sound good, Beverly. I'm glad that you're back with us this morning. I was thinking about you. I really was. Last week I hadn't heard from you in a couple of days.
Oh,
but I'm glad that
know.
you're back. You're feeling better?
Yes, I am on the mend. Yes, I am feeling better today. Thank you very much. Yeah,
you're very, very welcome, Beverly.
Appreciate your, support and all that you do. And I just had to have my cup of Joe this morning.
Well, thank you very much, Beverly. That's Beverly checking in from Medford, Oregon. Beverly is 80 years young, you guys. Thank you very much, Beverly. And I know I know that you remember the words to the Gilligan's Island song.
Oh, yes. I'm very, very familiar with the words. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Beverly. Thank you very much for checking in this morning. There's Beverly checking in. 0940, you're next up.
Hey, I have a quick question. I'm Kathy from California.
Hey, Kathy.
What I need to, I have a problem with the confirmation of the email from, and it comes back saying AIZA sent by TA webinar leads at getresponse.com. When someone goes in and, like they opt into my system, that's the email that they send out.
That's the email that who sends out?
Traffic Authority.
Well, if it's coming, we're not sending it. Okay, if you're talking about Get Response, it's coming from the Get Response. It's coming from their servers and their environment. So I'm not really sure. If I may, can I ask you to send in a support ticket to Get Response and ask them for some clarity? Because again, that's when you set up your system, yes, we do integrate and provide the emails to the Get Response system, but everything happens in their system. We don't have access to it. So if there's something going on with one of your emails, they would be the ones that you should contact. Does that make sense?
Right, because I had someone, we were running a campaign, and we were going to run a webinar, and basically they just checked it to make sure before they, sent it live. And when they did that, they got a response back saying it's from somebody from AIZA, and that's who it's sent by. It's not coming from me.
Okay, well then again, I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. I don't know what's going on. That would be a Get Response question, if that's the server, if that's the company that you're using for those emails. So could you check that out and come back to me tomorrow?
I surely will. Okay, now another thing that I have a question about: how do I change my password?
You should be able to go in. You should be able to go into. I'll open up my thing right now. You should be able to go into your member back office, and there's.
I didn't see anything back there, Joe.
Well,
who am I speaking with? Joe? No, Richard.
Yeah,
Joe,
yes.
Richard.
You're speaking with Joe.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I wanted to get it right. I went back there and I didn't see anywhere where I can change it.
Well, hold on a second. Let me go in here. Okay. There is a place that you can change it. Let me see here.
Let me get on too while we're here.
All right. I'm looking for. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm going to get back with you on this, okay? Because I have to go into my member back office and log in. I know that there's a section here. I think it's under resellers. I think it's under resource center, system setup. Let me see if it's under system setup. I should know this by heart by now. Let me get back with you on this, Kathy. Okay, I don't want to have everybody in the world waiting on us. I'll get back to you at the end of the radio show and share this, and we'll get in that with you. Okay.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you very much. We'll keep it going. 6673. Come on out. 6673. You're next up.
Good morning, Joe. It's Kim Snyder from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. How are you?
Kim Snyder. I'm doing great. And I just got this in, Kim. Before I go to you, Kathy in California. It's on the. You click on the profile submenu, and it is there. It's on the billing page. Billing page. It's on the go to the billing page. Click on the profile submenu item. This just came into me, so I don't have to. You enter a new password on the right hand side. Kim Snyder, how are you today? What's going on? Nice to hear from you.
Thank you. Well, the sun's shining here.
Excellent. Excellent.
On the when you're talking about things running in the background and you're not really paying attention, it's, what's really happening is it's raising your awareness. And the thing is, awareness is everything. Once you are aware of something, you can't go back to not being aware of it. So your brain wires to that, and then when you begin to focus on it, so you have an awareness of something, and when you begin to focus on it, that's when it really starts to evolve into just what your experience is. So your brain starts wiring to it, and then it begins to focus, and then you can take it somewhere else. But awareness is number one. So that's great that so that's what does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And once you rewire, once you have a new, you raise, okay, your level of awareness, consciousness, whatever you want to refer to it. Like you said, there's no going back, correct?
That's right. And then, practice. So, there's a saying out there, and I'm sure most people have heard this, repetition is the mother of skill. How many times does that kid get up and try and walk? How many times did you try and ride a bike? Think about what you had to do in things in your life that you now take for granted. You had to try really hard, and really, whether it's hard or just frequent. And that's what's really important. And what that goes back to is leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Because leadership, it occurred to me, I was listening to the Saturday call, and I listen to all of these calls, and it occurred to me that one of the challenges some people might have is that they've never been in a position of leadership before. They've never felt like they needed to lead a team. And so when you're in a business like this and you have, people below you, you're bringing people in, there may be that, well, what do I do with these people? I don't know how to lead them. You have to start with leading yourself. And so when you're leading yourself, it's really about staying focused, developing a bit of a discipline, and practicing for yourself, and you will start to get some results. But leading yourself isn't about, being good with it when you're getting the results. Leading yourself is being able to keep the momentum, keep the focus, and keep the discipline even when the results aren't there, because that is what building a business is all about. No business owner goes into business expecting to have results the very next day. And people have to remember this is a business. It's a great business. It's a great environment. You have all of the tools. That's what's beautiful about it. But lead yourself. And go ahead.
It's a leadership factory here, kind of. I've used that term a lot in the past, leadership factory. And it really is kind of, because everyone has to be aware of the fact that in this type of a business, we're all business owners. We look for leadership and we learn from each other. You're one of the great teachers here, Kim. You've been showing up, but leadership, your group begins with you. You, in this kind of a business, you have to be the leader of your group. People are going to look to you directly for something, and that's where being the leader in your group will carry you so far. And it isn't for everybody, that's for sure. But it's an acquired taste, and it does feel good when you're actually, making some stuff in your own business happen, because people will do what you do. That's really the essence of leadership, isn't it? Is being an example that people would be willing to follow. Isn't that really in our business something that people should consider, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, you never know who's watching you. I had a message from someone on my list. I sent out an email, and she's responded. And she actually happens to be in Ontario as well. And her response to me back was this. She has been watching Traffic Authority for the last couple of months. She's been on YouTube watching different people's videos and different things. She's done research on Traffic Authority. So she's really educating herself. That's just what she wants to do. And the thing is this, she saw my video, the video that I posted about winning my prize. It wasn't even a very good video in my opinion, but I just did it spontaneously. And because of that, she decided that I would be a good mentor for her, and she signed up under me. So that's the thing, is that you just never know who's watching. So don't be afraid to post things on social media. Put some videos out there. They don't have to be perfect. Good grief, I didn't even have any makeup on. Just do it. Because that's what leading yourself is.
And don't you think transparency is what people are really looking for? They like that you're authentic and you're being yourself. and you're willing to just put it out there, that is so. I told the story before that years ago, not that many years ago, I was in the lead generation business, and we spent an extraordinary amount of money on sales funnels. I mean, a lot of money. Like, we went to faraway places like Fiji, and we shot people on surfboards. It was just like really, really well done stuff. It was like the kind of stuff that you would see on TV. And in the internet world, it totally failed. It was an absolute failure, a bust. It was a bust because people like the authenticity. They like real people. They trust real people. So you're right, Kim. Just go out there and be yourself. Some of the best videos are the ones where you're kind of fumbling around and it's your first one, and how's this thing going to come across? Because people can relate to that, right? That's something that's tangible. They can see themselves doing that. Even in the realm of people just getting started, I love the videos, and you look on Facebook when people made their first $10, they made their first $25, their first $100. There's more enthusiasm and excitement in that video than there is in the person who's just making, sick money, ridiculous income, because all of us started somewhere, and we can say, "Whoa, wow, it really is tangible." How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? It's hard to really get your mind around $100,000 a month if you're scraping the pennies out of the seat cushions to get yourself $200 so you're all in here, right? But when you look at somebody who's authentic and they're making it happen and they're making a few dollars, then it makes it real, correct?
That's right. And stay and yes, and you're right. Stay focused on the $10, the $20, the $30, because those other numbers. When I years ago I worked in accounting, and when I was taking accounting courses, one of the first things they said was, there are going to be numbers here that you're just not even ever used to working with or even thinking about. So I mean, it just seems like overwhelming. And it's the same thing when you're in business. Is when you start with, why do you think people post their first dollar that they ever made? It's about the dollar bills. It's not about the 100 or the 500 or the 100,000. It's about the dollar. Every dollar adds to another dollar. And so just focus on that. And then if I can say one more thing on focus, there's a lot of distractions, especially in our email and in on our social media. Get off other lists. If you're going to focus on some traffic authority, get off a bunch of other lists, because the grass is always greener, but guess what? You've got it all here. You just need to, if you're going to focus and do some work and have some discipline, get off some other lists, stop getting distracted, and just focus. Focus is going to take you further than anything. Focus and commitment. Those two things, you have commitment, you have focus, you will make things happen.
Absolutely. The grass always looks greener, and then when you jump over the fence, you find out that it was just dirt painted green. It's not even grass, right? And if you're always going to be chasing the shiny new thing, you're never going to get it. That's for real. Kim, I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here.
Great. Thanks.
You're welcome, and congratulations on a brand new sign-up. See that? You never know who's watching. That's for real. Kim Snyder, thank you very much. 0618, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, my fellow and sister ninjas. This is Gil James in New York City. How's everybody doing?
I can speak for me, Gilbert, and I can speak for the few people we've had out here this morning. Sounds like everybody's off to a quick start on Monday.
Joe, this is such a refreshing radio show this morning. It is so top-notch. It's really building a foundation for all of us to move forward. Even the people who have a lot of experience, I believe, are still getting a boost to keep going and keep going up high. I mean, this is a tremendous radio show this morning that is really touching my heart. I just love what Kim was saying about the focus and Mountain Man Earl from Montana. I mean, hey, this is really, really great. For me, I realize in my life and trying to be successful online, which I failed for many, many years. But what has helped me is that every now and then I begin to remember times in my past that I was successful. And I remembered that, hey, there were certain skill sets that I put into practice that helped me to get a job, buy a car, get an apartment, win a race, win the MVP, get married, or whatever. There are certain skill sets and thinking processes within me that help me to move forward. Now, the truth is, the reality is, success and prosperity is hard, man. It's hard. But at the same time, the truth is it's very simple. 1 and 1 equals 2. If you do the steps that we are saying to do in Traffic Authority, if you're listening to the video over and over and practicing, then you're getting the truth, you're getting the mindset within yourself on exactly what to do to move forward. You see, success and prosperity is an inside job. You can get no further in life than your personal or spiritual development. Success is not going to outdo your personal or spiritual development in life. So it's so important that we feed our minds, feed our hearts on a daily basis. Ideas of good, ideas of success, ideas of winning, ideas of how to do emails, how to communicate with people, what to do when we start building a team. I mean, I've got, like I said before, like 4 or 5 yellow pads of leads. And sometimes I ask myself, well, gee whiz, what am I going to do with all this? And I realize I've got to get back to my videos. I've got to work out with my get response and get these people flowing through my autoresponder. But it works once you feed your mind successful principles and get the mindset, because success starts within. It doesn't start out there. It starts within, and it starts where our faith is at. We all can be successful and prosperous, but we've got to feed our mind and heart, because once our subconscious get impressed with a skill set and you begin to nourish that idea, then your whole physical body will begin to move in a way so you can realize the success you desire. So I just want to say, hey, this is a wonderful opportunity, Success Traffic Authority. I mean, it provides all the solutions, all the thrills, all the steps, the focus, the training that we all need. And so we got to believe in ourselves and just feed our mind on a daily basis, and before you know it, you will actually be looking in the mirror and looking at success and prosperity. That's the way it is. Thanks so much. Just wanted to share.
Thank you very much, Gilbert James from New York City checking in. You know what? This is like it's like an orchestra. It's like a symphony, man. When you take it's like a choir. When you listen to all these individuals who come out from around the world, and yes, there's the occasional question, but by and large, everybody is so positive this morning and reinforcing what it is that we're doing and the decisions we've made. 2839, you're next up. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Roger in San Antonio calling.
Good morning, Roger. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. I had to leave the phone on Friday, so you had to disconnect me. But I wanted to thank you, whoever it was that put that speaker on the video on the sign up for the webinar last Thursday. I had forgotten about that gentleman and forgotten what a resource he is, and there are tons of his videos. Did you ever have him any of your live events, Les Brown?
Well, we haven't done a live event yet. Okay, the only live event.
In the past, I was saying in the past, had you ever met him or seen him? Or...
Which guy are you talking about?
Les Brown, the motivational transformational speaker.
Yes, of course. I have worked with Les Brown. I have seen him live several times. He really is amazing. Yes, he is. He's one of the best in the world, actually. There's no doubt about it. Yeah,
so I had forgotten about him, but I started watching some of the videos, and it does really help change your frame of mind.
Well, Roger, this is right in tune in what we're talking about here this morning. Okay, we're talking about what's going on. What are you watching? What are you listening to? You know, where is the imprint that's being left? Okay, what's going on? You know, because everything that you're exposed to leaves an imprint on you. It's for real. 2301, you're next up. Hello? 2301, are you there? I guess not. Let's go to 1650. 1650, are you there?
You bet I'm here, Joe. It's Barry in Tucson. How are you?
I'm great, Barry. How are you today?
Fantastic. I'm sitting here soaking up all the wisdom of the callers before me. It's a great thing, you know.
Isn't it? It is, and I was thinking again. It's coming up into my mind, this thing that that Kim Snyder said about opting out of some of this stuff. Right? I don't even check my email sometimes, dude. I'll look. It's like I got 150 emails. I know what it's going to be. It's just like an assault on my senses. People trying to sign me up and sell me stuff. I want to get rid of that stuff.
I know. Every day. If I don't keep on top of it, then within a couple of days there'll be 150. So I got to keep on top of it, and it's you can't block them all. It just takes too much time, But it is annoying. Yep. But listening to everybody, I mean, it is what it is. Actions plus belief plus consistency, baby. I mean, that's 100%, and each one of those are equally important. 33.33% of each one of those three things, because you can't do it without any one of those three things.
Mm-hmm.
And ABC, and you get the results. I've got my traffic running. I've got some hits coming in and a couple leads coming in. Things are great. I got a lot going on right now. Be walking my oldest down the aisle this Saturday, so things are kind of crazy for me right now.
Congratulations, dude. Congratulations on that one.
Well, thank you, buddy.
You're very, very welcome. Barry in Tucson checking in. I love to hear from you, Barry. Thank you very much every day. 4176, it's your turn. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
Morning. I really...
Who is this?
Oh, this is Silvio Silvano from Utah.
How you doing this morning?
Good. I just want to ask you a few questions.
A few?
I have somebody named Ernest unsigned under me on my traffic authority, and it seems like I didn't get any commission from it, and I sent a support ticket to the traffic authority, and they said he was assigned under somebody, but it was only me, the person that introduced him to the traffic authority. So do you have any answer about that?
Well, I don't have an answer about it. I would need more information, because there's a lot of things that are a lot of moving parts. But if you signed somebody up and they went to your site and they signed up, then they're yours. Period. End of story. Yeah. There's no Mickey Mouse school going on here, right? We're those lineages, that's sacred territory, man. So if I were you, when did you send in a support ticket and they told you that he was under somebody else?
Yes.
I'm not.
And this person. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not. Again, what I would do is ask you to just, send in another support ticket and ask for more clarity, because, on the radio there's not much I can do for you. But I will promise you this, like I said a moment ago, the lineages, when somebody signs up underneath you, they can't move. Even if they want, the only way they could move is if you acknowledged in writing, okay, that they could move. So again, there's nothing I can do for you today on the radio except ask you to send in another support ticket and ask for more clarity, okay?
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you very much for calling in this morning. I wish I could be of more help to you, but let's keep it moving. We're at 847. This is the Shy, 7659. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Southside Fred here. I figured I had to talk to you. It's Monday.
Hey, good morning, Southside Fred.
Your son?
I'm good. Your son was in here this morning. He called in earlier today. He made a couple more sales, he said.
I know. I heard. Yeah, he's excited. That's good. He's doing his thing, and I'm excited for him. This morning, early in the morning, I get up real early. I'm an early bird. I'm an old guy, so I get up early, As I'm checking my stuff, I show him the same thing. Actually, I called him a little while ago. I said, I got two prospects that they asked for more information for my get response. And he goes, oh, why? He gets all excited. I said, well, they're not sales yet, but I'll get them. I'll get to them. I send them an email back to them, and I sent them the link for the radio station. I talked to one of them. He's probably listening right now. Everybody wants to, the whole thing here, Joe, is that, like this other lady was saying about leading a team. I was fortunate. I was really lucky enough to fall under Orlando's kind of lap there, because he's a great, great teacher. I got to tell you, he
every time I talked to him was like a lesson. You know, he would ask me questions in that, and you know, the first time I had to be honest with you, and I know you might be listening. I just like, oh, geez, I'm in my 50s. I really need another class, you know. But you know, I gotta, you know, I tell you that put me in a track where it's easy to when something comes your way, it's easy to see the way out. It's easy to help people. It's easy to show them the way, and they're talking to them, you know, about the business. You know, with my son, it's the same thing. I'll be honest with you. It was that, you know, he joined up and I said, hey, did you send that? Yeah, well, later I gotta do this. So later I got to. I will get on him. I say, you know, it's not gonna come knocking on the door for you. It's just not gonna happen. And then, you know, he finally got tired of listening to me nagging, and he did it. And then guess what? Like you say, boom shakalaka. He gets 2 sales. Now, he didn't get just 1 sale. He got 2 sales, like right in a row. And one of them while he was sleeping. Well, this weekend he got a couple more sales. And it's like, I said, you know, it's just the thing. You just got to do the thing. You get, you know, you get on it. I'm always on Facebook. I'm buying solo ads. I'm buying more traffic from Traffic Authority. I'm trying to put it out everywhere I can. Twitter, Facebook. You know, it's just the bottom line is that. You know, yeah, when I got my first sale, I got excited. And then, you know, now they come in and then you know, I get excited, but still, I want to work it up to the level that where I want to be at. You know, that's when I'll get excited. But in the meantime, it's your work. It's your business. It's what you do for yourself and to help others, you know, and everybody else. You know, Orlando had a guy come in the other day and joined up, and then, you know, we are kind of like in a chat group, and this guy needed some information. I jumped in to help him out. You know, and then Orlando says, you know, thank you very much. I mean, I didn't have no stake on it. You know, that's this guy. But you know what? We do for each other that way. This way we all learn and we all move forward, you know, and that's the bottom line. And that's what this radio show does, too. You know, it moves people forward and shows you what's good and what's bad. It reminds you what you have to do. You know, bottom line is that the Mountain Man and all these people they come from different places of the world, really. And you know, we all have different thoughts, but we are looking at the same picture. And you help out a lot as far as putting it in our faces, and it's great. This is the greatest thing right here, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Southside Fred. I really do appreciate it. You've said a lot there, and I know a lot of people are learning from you about being consistent and just doing the simple thing, man. And it builds. You know, remember that there's residual income. You get this thing going, and it may take you a month, 2, 3, 4, who knows? Maybe it takes you 6 months, but before you know it, you got some money rolling in. I saw this morning somebody on Facebook said, you know, my Traffic Authority business doesn't cost me anything. My Traffic Authority pays me money. And it didn't happen overnight, but you know, you get some people in your group, and before you know it, you get a little momentum going, and you're showing up, and you're doing everything that you have to do, and before you know it, it starts picking up steam, and it's rolling on its own. This is the truth. 6848, you're next up. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Joe. This is Will Smith over in Glendale, AZ over here. How are you?
I'm good, Will. How are you, man? What's going on?
Hey, I'm doing real good, thanks. Yeah, I was just resonating today with your. With the introduction, you know, what you're listening to and so forth, and it really, I really didn't have too much to say today. But then when I was listening to that, I said, you know, that really resonates because it's really true. It not to beat a dead horse, but the thing, this world, you know, and life just in general can chip away at us. You know, it doesn't matter how positive you are. The most positive person in the world needs to keep, you know, giving themselves. You know, positive things to think about, and you know, the world can beat us down a little bit, and we all need to get re-energized. Sort of like food, you know. There's a big difference in having eating a nice wholesome breakfast or going out at McDonald's. Now, listen, my kids work at McDonald's, and you know, I don't want any hate mail or anything, but the bottom line is you do feel different, and it's the same thing with what you put in. Just like a lot of folks have been saying, what you put into your mind and so forth. And then on the other side of things, listen, we really, as entrepreneurs, you know, being an entrepreneur, if you're not meeting up with folks, and thank goodness you have this radio show, I think it was just an awesome idea to do, is where you can get connected with folks. Because being an entrepreneur, it's a lonely road. in a lot of different instances. And we really do need to keep up. And even when you think that you really don't need anybody, you're feeling good, you're gaining momentum and so forth. We're human. We're going to have those days where things just don't work out. Somebody said no to us, or nothing goes right for us for that particular reason, for whatever reason. And we need to be able to dip back into those deposits that we've made. So we really need to make stay close and build those relationships and so forth. So anyway, so with that being said, that was just really resonating with me. I listen to Tony Robbins every day. I got the Ultimate Edge program, sits right on my desk. I got a little CD. There's about each one. There's 3 parts to this particular one. There's Get the Edge, Inner Strength, and Personal Power Classic. And I got my CD right there. And when I'm feeling a little edgy or things aren't going straight, I got to listen to Tony. I'll go up and do a little hiking on the mountain and that kind of thing. So that keeps me going as well.
It does make a difference. It does make a
certainly
difference,
does.
Will. It really does. And, I know that people go, really, listening to tapes? And, it's like, it really does work, because it's the story that you're being told is the one that you're going to resonate with. That's the way you're going to live your life. I mean, you take a look at the craziness that's going on in the world, and you look at what's, I don't even want to go there, right? It's just like, man, but we do have this opportunity here. This radio thing here is really, really cool. To have all these people every single day come out, hang around for an hour, maybe sometimes a little bit longer, and just share their story and share their enthusiasm, and it fuels the fire for entrepreneurship and for the things that we do, right?
Yeah,
and
it really does.
And it can be lonely, the whole entrepreneur thing. We are out here making it happen. It's like I've said this before. If I don't kill, I don't eat. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I've got to go out there and I've got to make something happen today, and I've got to be productive, and I've got to be creative, and I've got to create some stuff if I'm going to be able to take care of myself and my family. And it's like but we're here together. I love this group of people, right? It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. I can just sit here and I have the speakerphone on, and I can go ahead and do my thing over here while I'm listening, and I just it's interesting how the body reacts to excitement. So the gentleman that was just on, I didn't hear everything that he was saying, but just his enthusiasm got my heart beating. It's like, and I'm ready to go, So it's great for everybody comes on, Rebecca and so forth, so much to share. She's got to go take a look at her music selection at her Facebook page. That's awesome. Rebecca's music selection is just awesome. I saw her. I said, okay, I gotta get to know her.
Yeah,
but anyways, with that.
You do get to know her. You should. She's an amazing teacher, and she's got an unbelievable resume, and she's got such passion and heart. She is amazing. She truly is. We're going to get her out here more often, and we're going to do some webinar work with her. Listen, Will, thank you very much. I got a couple other people here I want to get to. Thank you very much, Will.
All right,
You're
guys.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye. We'll get that's Will Smith, man. He's a cool guy. 6523. You're next up in the queue. Good morning. 6523.
Good morning,
Hello.
Joe. It's Monica live in Portland.
Hey, how are you in Portland today?
I am great. I am just listening up here, and I just wanted to say one thing. Kim, who was talking about getting rid of distractions, that is so right. I am going and have started to delete things that are just keep popping up and keep me off track. I just love this morning talk show. It's so helpful, and anyway, I just wanted to say that thank you for all the encouragement and all the great advice. We're just got the top-notch group of people, and this is only going to get better.
Mm-hmm. It is, and it is already. How do you improve on something so magnificent? And we will. It's going to continue to get better. And yeah, you got to get those distractions out because you just do, and it's a test, really. Okay, you're being tested, right, by all that stuff.
Well, I just pulled out. I have some Eric Worre CDs, and I'm going to start plugging that in again, and just kind of do the thing.
Reinforced. That's correct. Thank you very much. Monica is checking in from live in Portland. Thank you very much, Monica. Really appreciate you. We'll keep it moving. Here's somebody calling in. Here's somebody who is all ones. 1 1.
Is that me?
11.
Hello. You know who this is? Someone's
Celeste.
been missing. MIA. Yes, it is me. How you doing?
I'm good. Celeste,
Woo!
what's up? Where you been? I haven't heard from you in a long time. You all right?
I know, babe. Well, I tell you what, I'm all right because I'm all right. I'm with the right people, right time, right place, all of that, and the Father is blessing, and I'm so wonderfully filled. I'm overwhelmed right now, so excuse my exuberance, but I've missed you guys terribly, terribly, and I tell you what, I think there was an attempt to knock me off my feet and hold me down, but guess what? It's too much in me to not come up out of me. What Les Brown tell you, if you fall on your back so you can look up, because if you can look up, you can get up. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Okay?
I do, Celeste.
And yes, I've terribly missed you. I've terribly missed you. And I wanted to get to you. But, I was knocked down financially. Financially, they hit me, but they hit me hard. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. Keep your eyes up. Keep your spirit up. Lift it, And I wasn't. There's one other thing I have to say to people. One of the messages that I was to bring was that you have to be in control of your finances. I've written a paper overnight already, and you have to be in control of your finances. Don't rely on what we call banks. There's a need for all of our members to look at review what happened at the G20 last year. Look at it, because there's a devastating thing that was agreed upon by all of the countries. It is important for you to know about it. G20 made a decision concerning banking. I'll leave that right there because I don't want to go too far with it. But anyway, G20, their decision concerning banking that it was agreed upon. Look at that. Here's my thing that happened to me. I was in the dark so that I could see the light. You hear me? Mm-hmm. I was in the dark so that I could see the light, and I did. I saw the light. I saw much, and my whole thing since I've been back. I just got back. I think it was Thursday. I got plugged in. Thursday I got plugged in. I listened to one of the webinars. I listened to one of the radio show from last Monday. You got Shake 'em Up, didn't you? Yeah,
we did, Celeste.
With
listen, I'm really
earthquake,
happy. Yeah, I had that
I
earthquake over here in my neighborhood. That's right. You reminded me of the earthquake.
Yes, you got shook up, but it's all right because then you got blessed. You got some information that came to you without, like you say, your awareness. And then you got the waking up overnight, in the middle of the night. And sometimes some of the most intense things come to us in the middle of the night, in that time, that quiet time. And we are advised that we need more night sleep so that our brains can unwind and reveal to us things that we need to know. They're there before us, but sometimes we just can't see because we're so tied up with so much stuff. Get that night rest. It's important for your body and your mind to come to its fullness. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to talk too much. Okay.
All right, Celeste, I got some more people in the queue here. Listen, I'm just happy that you're back. I'm happy you're feeling better.
I am happy too. It's more than that.
I was missing you, Celeste. I got to move on here. 2224, you're next up. I love that, Celeste. Celeste, I'm so happy you're back. 2224, you're next up.
Hello, Joe. This is Shaji Adewale. I've been listening to the morning show, and I'm constantly engaging in. And I feel the momentum building up. I heard what that lady said. She's very correct because I was in that distracting mode. Everything just constantly hitting at me. I said, wait. I had to take a deep breath. I said, I was being so distracted. I said, I'm going to focus on one thing. And just the one thing, I'm going to focus and zero in. And guess what, Joe? It does work. You have to focus in and stay engaged with it. You can feel the person developing within you. It does start within you in order to become a leader. In order to lead, you have to start with your personal development within yourself, and all the rest of the natural will come out of you to stand as a leader. But if you don't practice within you, how are you going to lead? You have to lead yourself first, so you have to stay engaged and stay focused because it's easy to get sidetracked. Even the family member can sidetrack you. So you definitely have to stay focused. because there's so much distraction going up all around us. And if you don't watch, you will fall off track, but you will feel the personal development once you stay engaged with me. I promise you, that's the key source. So, Joe, I'm going to let you go ahead and fulfill the rest. I don't want to hold up the time, but I do love Traffic Authority. It is the way of life. And you
it really is.
Stay in the focus, you will prosperity.
Yes, you will. You got to stay focused. You're absolutely right, and thank you for calling in. I really do appreciate your comments because it is so easy to get distracted. Especially, it is just so easy to get distracted. It is so easy to get distracted, and we have to keep our focus. We got to focus on what we're doing here and what's working for. And that's why this radio show is so cool, because we do get to hear what's working for people. 9760, you're next up.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's
this
your name?
This is Ken from. Hello.
Ken,
hello?
How are you? Hello,
I'm
hello,
fine.
Ken. I can hear you. Come on, I'll give you the floor. I won't say anything. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay. What I would like to say is, while you were doing your presentation in the beginning of the call, and this is Ken from California, by the way. While you were doing your presentation, I received a commission. And right after that, I sent the text back to the person that opted in, and what my text said was, "Thank you and welcome to Traffic Authority. You made the right choice. Follow the steps, watch the videos, and be consistent. Do not hesitate to text or call me if you need help." Then about 20 minutes or so after that, I received another commission for $25. So, yes, it does work, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well, Ken, thank you for coming out here this morning, and congratulations on making money during the radio show. I mean, we'll end with that. Ken, thank you very much. What a remarkable way to wrap up our radio show today. Ken made money while he was listening to the radio show today. And Ken, I love you being proactive and sending a text message back to the person that joined you in the business and engaging with that person. Make sure that individual knows about the radio show. Make sure that they go to the Facebook page. Just give them a little nudge. Everyone's responsible for themselves, but give them a little nudge. Thank you very much, Ken. I also want to thank, Celeste, back in the fold. I want to thank you, Celeste, for showing up here this morning. Monica live in Portland. Will, there are so many of you. We heard Southside Fred this morning. Roger in San Antonio. Kim, thank you very much, Kim Snyder, for coming out here today and sharing some of your experience and your enthusiasm. Listen, I want to thank everyone who took the time to join us here this morning live at RadioLeverage.com. And for those of you who are listening online, thank you very much for supporting our cause. Come on out here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and join into the fray. Let us know what's going on. What a great way to start the week, huh? And remember, tomorrow night, we're going to be coming to you live with a webinar introducing you to another epic Traffic Academy teacher. So for those of you who have yet to get your Traffic Academy, make sure that you get that done. Traffic Academy is where there's a lot of really cool education. We'll be expanding the format tomorrow. Until then, you guys, make it a great day. Let's go pay in traffic, but always look both ways before walking.